From the combined crew of blindandroidusers.com and accessibleandroid.com, it's time for your favorite Android podcast. Kick back now and enjoy another fine episode from these fanboys and gals as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here's your crew.
Hello and welcome to episode 179 of the Blind Android Users podcast. I'm Ed Green and I'm joined today by my co-hosts Warren Carr, Austin Pinto, John Dyer, Kirin Kiwan and Sally Kunders. And we are coming to you on Saturday the 11th of May 2024. We have a busy episode this week. We have a double spotlight section. Firstly, we talk about the newly released Pixel 8a. Then John unboxes the On TV streaming device from Walmart. Warren demonstrates the note-taking app Upnote as our app of the week. And we have a tip of the week from Kirin about re-enabling notification categories under Samsung UI 6.1. Well, how are we all? Sally, what's happening?
Well, I'm doing good. I was away for last week because of heavy rain. The rain is still going on, but it's not that heavy as last week. And everything is okay here. I'll be regrettingly watching Eurovision tonight. And probably when the podcast listeners are going to listen, they will have the winner.
Oh, you can't watch Eurovision. Although I was entertained to see someone's been thrown out today. I think that's quite funny. The Dutch contestant has been chucked out of Eurovision. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I know I can be thrown out of a pub or a nightclub or a football game, but I didn't know that being ejected from Eurovision was actually a thing.
EBU, anything can happen, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't be watching Eurovision, just to be clear.
I hope I get some more occupations. I won't be watching it, but otherwise I will be watching it and I hate it.
Yeah, well, that's 0 point for you anyway. Before we started. Kirin, how are you?
I'm doing well. I finally got the USB-C earphones that I was waiting for. And all of my problems are solved finally. I was having really trouble times with the fake USB-C earphones and everything was not working well until I was able to get the original one finally.
That's good. So you're not getting the beginning of words cut off anymore or anything like that then?
No, at all.
I've only ever seen that on Bluetooth. I was surprised to see it on USB-C when you posted that.
Well, on Bluetooth, it is less annoying. Using USB-C, if the silence is for half a second, it will do a cutoff. So it's terrible.
Yeah, no, that is quite annoying. Austin, how are you?
I'm good, but little shocking news. My uncle expired yesterday. I was in office and I came to know, actually, my brother called me. And that was a real shocking news. I spoke to him 2 days back. So that is a real shocking news to get. So other than that, everything is okay.
Yeah, we were very sorry to hear that. And we're all thinking of you and praying for you. So I'm sure listeners will do the same. I hope your family kind of bears up and manages what must be a difficult time. John Boy, how are you?
I'm doing good. It was just a typical week for me, with the exception of the fact that I got a new toy that the listeners will find out a little bit about later. How's your week been, Ed?
My week has been okay. We had a bank holiday, a stat holiday on the Monday, so that's always nice. So it's been a shorter week, but it's been quite intense work-wise. So I sort of felt like I'd worked 5 days, even though I actually didn't. But it was a good week. Yeah, it was a good week. Thank you. Warren, how are you?
I'm doing okay. And Austin, our prayers are with you. For us back here, though, it's like summertime. Believe it or not, I think we're going to be like 86 degrees or so today. So I can wait to get this episode done so that, my wife and I were thinking about, grilling some meat out there today. So I'm looking forward to some good food. So it's a beautiful week, all that great summertime weather.
It's hot here. It's hot for the time of year anyway. It must be about 75. So
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
why, but it's kind of odd. May can be like that. Some days you're downright chilly, and then some days, here comes summer. So,
You grill your meat ridiculously, don't you? Like you burn it rather than having it nice and juicy and rare. If I
yeah, I
remember right.
like mine burned. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
you just
you know exactly
cremate
how I
the
like
thing.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
My
shame.
kids like it rare. I don't. I don't want my meat bleeding.
Oh no, I do. I just want like if you're gonna cook me a cow, cut its horns off and wipe its ass, but then just send it through, basically. Like,
Oh gosh, so barbaric.
I want it nice and mooing.
My
Yeah, I
food
want mine.
bleeding. Oh
I
no,
want mine
can't do it.
blue. Yeah, blue needs to be blue.
And now, the announcement segment. This is a segment dedicated to things we want you to be in the know. And now for this week's episode, here's your announcements.
Well, let's turn to our announcement section. Kareen, I think you have one regarding our competition from last week, don't you?
Yeah, thanks to the developer of Codify, we had 10 promo codes for the premium features of the app, and we received a good number of participants. But unfortunately, we couldn't let everyone win because we should just select 10 people. So we selected the people randomly. And I think that when the podcast is published, the winners should be receiving their emails, or maybe after the podcast. Yeah, it should be between Sunday and Monday. They should have all of their emails.
Yeah. So if you won, look out for your email. If you didn't, I'm afraid you don't get an email, but the winners will. So keep an eye out for those, and it's a great app. I was sorry to miss last week, but the developer's done a good job with that, I think.
Did I win
Yeah, I think
anything, Karen?
Yeah, sorry?
Did I win
What is-
anything?
You will not win anything at all. But really, congratulations for the people
Oh my.
who win. And hard luck for the others, including Warren.
Warren will win anything if he uses CSR.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will win a lot of things, but unfortunately, he likes losing.
But he's always welcome to have a lifetime supply of cheek pulling.
Oh,
He doesn't
brother.
want it.
No,
He's
no,
a good
I
guy.
don't. Maybe someday I'll win a code. You never can tell.
And some cheek pulls.
Oh, brother. Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews of developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this episode, here's your Spotlight.
Now we turn to our Spotlight section. And as I said in the introduction, it's a double bill this week. We'll start out by talking about the Pixel 8a, which was released this week. There's one thing I like about it, even though it's a Fisher-Price phone, that it does have one thing I like. I'll tell you about that in a bit. Warren, do you want to kick us off, though?
So I'm really surprised that, Google decided to just push this phone out, which tells me, though, that Google I/O 2024 is all going to be about AI, So we're going to be talking about a lot of AI and all of that. They got the hardware out of the way, so it's not going to be, a stumbling block or whatever. But it's a nice move on their part, because on that day, then if you pre-ordered, then you should have it in your hands. And I think this is probably one of the best A series phones that we have. I mean, looks like the Pixel 7a, but there are some differences that may warrant one getting one. And I think the big thing for me is that, unlike all the rumors that we had earlier on, people were talking about the fact that it's going to be more expensive than the previous 7a the price has remained the same. And this year, what I like also is the fact that we at least now have a 256 gig model instead of the, unilateral 128. I think that that's kind of getting old in the tooth, and I'm glad Google has done something about it. So I'm excited about it, and also excited about that it has that 7-year OS support.
That is the thing I like. I was going to say, I think they've got the jump on the Samsung A55 a little bit with that. That they have pushed out 7 years. Samsung could have done and they didn't. But yeah, 128. I just think that's low. I'm glad there is a T56 version. But yeah, it must be tempting. How much is the T56? Is it 5?
Is 559. So
Yeah.
$560. So instead of
Yeah.
paying $500, if you want, you can throw in $60 to get 256. And frankly, if I'm getting that thing, that's what I'll do instead of spending 500. But if $60 is going to break the bank, 500 will do in a pinch.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you've got cloud storages. I like big storage frames. I would like a terabyte ideally, but 128 I'm never going to realistically buy. But if you manage it well, you don't really need more than 128. I remember my first laptop had 100 meg, and haven't we moved on from there? So 128 might be enough for most folks. Austin, you were thinking about the 8A, I think. Do you think you'll buy it or not?
I was thinking of buying it, but I don't know what should I do.
What have you got at the
I'm
minute?
in
A
two
6?
minds.
You got the 6A or the 7A?
I got the 7A.
You might not need to buy it yet. I mean, if they continue with the 7-year updates, you could probably hang on to the 7A for a year, can you? Get the 9A?
But the
I don't know.
7A has 3 years updates, I think.
I know, but it's still got some to come, hasn't it? Like, you don't need to
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
unless you're
Yeah.
trading in. If you're trading in, then obviously you might want to do it early. But if you're not and you're just going to buy it, then you could. I would probably wait a year. I don't know that
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, wait till the 8A goes on sale. Like the 7A was just recently on sale for I think $350 somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, just wait till the 7A goes on sale for $350, and then get yourself a 7-year
Because
phone
in
for
India,
$350.
the 8A is for 60,000.
Yeah, and that's about £600, I think.
But
Yeah.
if you trade it in Austin, for example, unless of course you want to keep it like me, you want a little museum of some sort, but or else you could trade it in and get a little break.
I was thinking of trading in the 7A.
Yeah. So if you
Not
want
the
to trade
7A,
in,
not the 7A, the 6A.
yeah. So you got both. You got a 6A and 7A.
Yeah, I got both.
Yeah.
Yeah, then definitely trade the 6A in because
Yeah.
you know what? The 6 series, I think next year is going to be its last,
The end. Yeah.
or its support. So if I were you, I might as well trade it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of doing the same thing.
Yeah, your trading is better than on the 7, though, isn't it? So if you are trading, then it's why you want those phones, isn't it? So yeah, trade. The 6 is oldest, but you'll get less money for it.
Yeah.
So it depends why you want the 7. Yeah, but if you are thinking of a trading, then obviously earlier might be better.
I'll think of a trade-in then.
You gonna buy it, Warren?
So I thought about it, and then I'm like, you know what? Because I was thinking about, getting it for my little girl, maybe Christmas or something. But I'm thinking that probably, I could wait till like Black Friday. That thing probably go down to 400 or maybe $379, and then I could get it for her or whatever. But we'll see what happens. Or maybe even get a regular Pixel 8. Those things, the prices fall all the time.
Yeah. John Boy, what about you?
No, I'm not interested. I mean, I'm glad it's there. People keep pointing out that you could have gotten the Pixel 8 the regular Pixel 8 on sale for I think it was $550 recently. but it's like it's not on sale now. Google conveniently took it off sale when they released this 8A. So it's like, they're Google's always putting their phones on sale. So what people are failing to mention is that the next time the phones go on sale, the 8A also will go on sale. So, it's never going to be within $50 of the Pixel 8. So, I mean, I'm glad it's there for the people that want a similar experience. Maybe they don't care about the camera as much, but want everything else, and they can basically get everything else out of this phone.
I like what you did there. A similar experience. That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I take it our Samsung Easters aren't doing it. Corinne, you only just got a phone anyway recently, didn't you? So I take it you're not in the market.
Yeah, because actually there are no pixels here. If you get a pixel, you will get it not from an official seller. So it's better to stay away of those phones.
Yeah, I think that's right. Sally, what about you? You're going to stick with Samsung, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fully devoted to Samsung, and I'm saving for S25. So the pixels are not sold in here, so I'm waiting for a 25.
I don't think you miss out on much, to be honest, as I've said
Yeah.
before. Although I do like the idea of a phone with 7 years of OS updates that I don't have to pay £1,000 for. Obviously, you don't for the 8 either, really, but for a Pro or an S24, you're going to be up there. So, yeah, I don't think I will. Never say never, though. I might see what happens sales-wise.
And talking about availability, one more country was added to Pixel Land, and I'm talking about Poland. So if you're in Poland, you should be able to get it.
Kind of interesting that they're not sold widely, isn't it? Like, I know the was it the 4A? No, the 5A wasn't sold here. That was the US and Japan phone. But it's
Yeah.
interesting that they don't habitually sell that widely.
Yeah. So, I'm glad to see them expanding the list of countries that one could buy these things in. And I'm hoping, though, that maybe when Pixel 9 comes out, that we'll have more countries that could participate, or it'll become available in more countries, because a lot of people like the phone. And so if they do, of course, make it available to them.
Yeah, if we have to run the risk of buying disappointing phones, everyone else should too, right?
That will be my vote.
I like it.
Exactly. And speaking of disappointments, Google also kind of admitted, well, they didn't admit, but they lowered, in quotation marks, the price of the Pixel tablet to $400 now. And this is because they're offering an option where it does not include the stand. So they're kind of admitting that that was a mistake to include the stand. So if you want the tablet without the stand and you want to save $100, it's $100 cheaper now. Of course, it's not updated in any way. It's the same exact tablet, and it's running the G2 chip. So not great.
No, but if you want a tablet for $400, you might want to look at other tablets from Samsung instead. But yeah, if you want that, then it's there.
Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews of developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this episode, here's your Spotlight.
Now we turn to our second Spotlight segment, and John unboxes the On TV from Walmart.
Hello, John here, and today I'm going to be unboxing a device, and I'm going to attempt to set it up. And it's not a phone. What I have with me today is the On Google TV media streamer. This is the 4K Pro version. It was just released. On is spelled ONN, and it's Walmart's in-house electronics brand. They make tablets, soundbars, I think maybe even TVs, and obviously streaming boxes, because this is a streaming box. And what it is it's a 4K Google TV device that you connect to a TV with an HDMI cable, and it runs Android 12, I believe, the TV version of Android 12, and it has Google TV on it, which is the launcher. But also, it is a Google Home speaker, so it has a microphone on it, and it will behave as, for example, a Nest Mini would. You can ask it questions, it'll answer them. It'll play music, it'll play podcasts, but if you ask it to play a video, it will turn on your TV and play the video on the TV. At least this is how it's supposed to behave. So it's two devices in one. It's a Google TV device and it's a Google Assistant device. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. I just want to point out, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to come, but mine was not sealed in any way. So hopefully everything's in here. It was delivered to me by Walmart this morning, and it was still sealed in its bag, its shipping bag, but there's no tape on here. It doesn't appear there's tape that's been cut, so if it was sealed, it was shrink wrapped and somebody removed the shrink wrap. Otherwise, it doesn't come sealed. But getting into it, I'm going to open it up. And first thing we have on top is the instruction booklet, I'm assuming. I'm going to set this aside. I have the device itself. I'll do that last. I'll set it aside for now. I have... So there's a cardboard section I'm going to open. And then here is a power cable. It's just a barrel plug, so just a round plug, and just a typical AC adapter. Setting that aside. Let's see, that was all that was in that section. I'm going to remove some more cardboard. And okay, it looks like it comes with, and props, this is only a $50 device. And it includes an HDMI cable, which that doesn't happen too often. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is not long enough for how I'm going to be using it, but it is included. So that's definitely a plus. And last, we have the remote. Actually, we have batteries and a remote. The remote... So there has been differing reports on what type of remote comes with it. Some people say they get a version with a large free TV button on it, and that version seems to be backlit. Just judging by how this feels, it's it doesn't have that big button on here, so I'm assuming this is not backlit, which, if you're blind, does not matter to you. I'll describe the remote. I guess it's about, if you've had a Fire TV, it's about the size of a Fire TV remote. From what I can recall, I may get this wrong, so I'll do my best. Top left, there's a button, it's for power. Top right, there's a button that is for, I think that's a programmable button. I think it's a star, so you can set it to your favorite app. Then there are 3 buttons across here that I honestly do not recall what they are. This is stuff I'll have to cover later if I do a proper demonstration of this. Then there's the D-pad, 4 directions. This is about how clicky the buttons are. The D-pad, if you can hear that. And then below that, these I do remember. I think it's a back button, a home button in the middle, and then to the right, maybe a TV guide button, like a guide button. Below that is volume on the left, volume up and down on the left, then in the middle, I'm assuming that's mute, and then another up and down on the right, which I'm assuming is channels. And then to the bottom, there are 4 buttons. Now, the one that was in the picture had a YouTube button, a Netflix button, a Disney Plus button, and a Paramount Plus button. Now, as far as what these actually are that came with my remote, I don't know. I'll have to let you know later. Because the way these buttons work is they're basically advertisements. So whoever pays the most to have this spot on the remote is who's going to get it. That's why they're always changing. So if you buy a Fire TV, it might have a Disney Plus button, it might not. It's just when that generation was released of that remote, whoever was the highest bidder got to be a button on that remote. So they're literally advertisements. Now, because this is Android, you should be able to reprogram these buttons with an app called Button Mapper. I'll have to find out for sure, but I think you should be able to. I don't think this is going to be as locked down as a Fire TV device would be, but I will let you know for sure at some point. All right, so that's the remote. I'll put the batteries in later when I'm setting up the device. But that's everything it came with. Now I'll describe the actual device itself. Going to peel it open. Don't want to tear it too much, but okay. All right, so I'll just say it feels like so if you've ever had a Google Home Mini or a Nest Home Mini, this is very similar. It has the same sort of woven texture finish. You know, it feels like a speaker, basically. How a speaker would feel. It's not like a metal grill or anything. It's kind of like a cloth grill. And it's not round, though. It's square. The corners are rounded off, but the device is square. So it's like if you took a Nest Home or a Google Home Mini. I should say Nest Mini or Google Home Mini. And you they grew into a square shape. That's about the size and weight of it. Build quality feels pretty nice. I mean, you could tell it's plastic on the bottom, but there's a nice rubber square that goes all the way around the bottom, so there's no feet. It's just a frame that goes around it that's rubber, so that definitely won't be sliding. And then, so on the back, so the back is facing me from left to right. There's Ethernet port if you want to use Ethernet. This supports Wi-Fi 6, which I do not even have in my house, but if you do, it supports it. There seems to be 2 USB ports. Oh no, of course, 1 USB port and 1 HDMI port. So, and then all the way to the right is the power, where you plug in the power. So from left to right, Ethernet, HDMI, USB, power. And on the front, is that a button? There is a button on the front, so we'll find out what that is, whether it's mute or talk, like if you have to hold it down to talk. Now I know you can, this should be voice activated, so I don't think you would have to hold it down. So maybe it's a mute button. We'll find out later on. But yeah, I'm impressed with the build. Actually, so I'm feeling around this device, and along the left side, there is what feels like it could be a switch. Yeah, it's a switch. So I'm going to guess this is the mute switch. So this button on the front is something else. Like I said, I'll let you know when I figure out what that button does, because these devices usually do not have power buttons on them. If nothing else, maybe you just hold it to reset the device, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and connect this thing to my TV and try to set it up, see if the setup is accessible. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm downstairs in my living room. I have connected it to my TV. My TV is on, and I have not plugged the power in yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm assuming it should power itself up. I also have not put the batteries in, so I've plugged it in. It seems like something's happening on the TV. So the remote just has, the back just slides down to open up. I'm going to go ahead and put my batteries in. There's springs, so you can tell which way to put them. I guess we're just going to, now, these don't talk. As far as I know, these don't talk to let you know. Oh. Something has happened. I heard a sound. Maybe the remote is pairing itself. I might need to turn this down a little bit. That's loud. Okay. So I'm going to try what I know of as the accessibility shortcut. I'm going to press and hold both the down arrow, so the bottom of the D-pad, and the back button, which is located to the bottom left of the D-pad itself. Press and hold both and see what happens. Still holding.
You have held both the back and down buttons for 3 seconds to use TalkBack. To enable TalkBack now, hold the back and down buttons for 3 seconds again. Use this shortcut anytime to enable or disable TalkBack.
Let me try it. So I'm supposed to press and hold again.
TalkBack on. Language selection. English, United States.
Okay, so
In grid, 4 rows,
we
1
are
column.
up
Press
and running.
select to activate.
I'm going to hit select.
Select a country. United States, row 1, in grid, 4 rows, 1 column.
Choose my
Press
country.
select to activate. Select your Wi-Fi network. Ghost, row 1, in grid, 13 rows, 1 column. Nymeria, row 2. Press select to activate.
Nymeria is my network. I'm going to connect.
Enter password for Nymeria. System status. Choose input method. English US Gboard.
Okay, I've put in my password and I'm on the done key now. I'm going to press it. Just to give you my comments, it wasn't the best typing experience. It is a QWERTY keyboard. It uses Gboard, so I'm happy about the layout of the keyboard, but it was a little slow, a little sluggish. But then again, this is not a high-end device, so I kind of expected it, but I'll just hit done.
Connecting to Nymeria. Keyboard hidden. Connecting to Nymeria. Connecting to Nymeria. Out of keyboard bottom row. Connecting to Nymeria. Connected. Please wait.
I'm going to just let this do its thing. If I cut anything out, I'll let you know that I've cut it out for the sake of time.
Downloading system update. System update. Step 1 of 2.
Okay, so this might be one of those portions I cut. If I decide to cut it out, I will give you an approximate on how long it took. But right now it seems like we're downloading. I'm just going to see if I can even move the focus.
System update installing. Windows system update.
Wait, did I hear that right?
39%. Progress. System update installing.
Okay.
51%. Progress bar.
I thought
58%.
I thought I heard Windows system update, but maybe it was saying window because I'm in the system update window. I don't know. Or maybe I imagined it. We'll find out when I go back and listen to this. You can hear the percentage growing. I think we're almost there, so I'm probably not going to cut this out.
99%. Step 2 of 2. 2%.
Okay, we are back up now. It took about 5 minutes. I thought it was going to take a lot longer because it was going very slow. And when it got to 18%, it restarted the device, and I was a little worried that speech wouldn't come back up, but it did come back up, and I believe I'm now on the login screen for my Google account. Let's see what we have here.
Sign in. Google Accounts. Web view. Sign in. Heading 1. Use your Google account. Edit box. Email or phone.
I was hoping
Press select to edit text.
there would be an easier way here.
Forgot email. Button. Next. Button. Press select to activate. Edit box. Use your Google account.
I think you
Sign in.
have to
Heading
type
1.
You have to type it in. Now,
Sign in. Heading 1.
I wonder if a keyboard would work. Okay, I just went and got a USB keyboard because I'm curious and I don't like typing with remotes. Especially when TalkBack is very slow, so just to see if this works. Because there is a USB-A port on this thing. Plugging it in.
Configure physical keyboard. Tap to select language and layout.
Okay, we got a notification, although I'm pretty sure it's not on screen.
Sign in. Heading 1.
Let's go to
Sign
the edit
in.
box.
Use your Google account. Edit box. Email or phone. System status. Choose input method. English US Gboard. Showing Gboard.
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and try typing and see what happens.
O 8 M D R 0 5 at end of field G M M. Press select to activate. Keyboard hidden. Hi John. Editing. Password. Edit box. Enter your password. System status. Choose input method. English US Gboard. Showing Gboard.
Alright, that
Q.
seemed to work.
Quebec.
I'm gonna go ahead and put in my password now.
Keyboard hidden. Sign in. Google Accounts. Web view. Out of keyboard bottom row.
Alright, I think I got
Two-step verification to help keep your account safe. Google wants to make sure it's really you trying to sign in. Resend it. Press select to activate.
Okay, just accepted the two-factor.
Please wait. Hi John. By clicking accept, you agree to the Google Terms of Service and the Google Play Terms of Service. The Google Terms of Service also applies to your use of Assistant. Terms of Service, row 2. Accept, row 1. Press select to activate.
Okay, it would have read all that, but I didn't want it to, so I'm gonna hit accept.
Please wait. Google Services select each to learn more about each service, such as how to turn it on or off later. Data will be used according to Google's privacy policy. Click Accept to confirm your selection of these Google Services settings. Accept, row 1, in grid, 5 rows, 1 column.
Alright,
Press select to activate.
I'm gonna remove the keyboard. I'm done with it. Let's see what we have on this page. I think I'm supposed to be selecting Google Services.
Checked. Use location. Allow Google. Accept. Row 1. Press select to activate. Please wait. Stay in the know. Stay up to date on Google TV and related features. No thanks.
No thanks.
Row 2. Google. Google Assistant. Continue. Out of grid. Press select to activate.
Alright, let's set up Google Assistant, I guess.
Search across all your TV apps. To do this, allow it to share your requests with your TV's apps. You can turn this setting off at any time in your TV settings. Learn more at g.co/tbapsearch. Without, no thanks. Allow, row 1.
All right, I'm on
Press
allow.
select to activate.
I'm gonna hit select.
Choose your services. Your choices will be saved and used for recommendations when you're signed into your Google account. Checked. Hulu, disabled. Checked. Disney Plus, disabled. Checked. YouTube, disabled.
So this first line of apps, I guess, are apps that you have to have on here. Whether you can uninstall them after the fact, I don't know. But they're not letting me unselect them. So that's YouTube, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Checked. Prime Video. Press select to toggle.
And then I think these are rows of 3. Let's see.
Checked. Max. Press. Checked. Apple TV. Press. Your choices will be saved and used for recommendations.
Okay.
Checked. Apple TV.
Yeah, they're rows of 3.
Press select to toggle. Not
I'm going
checked.
down.
Peacock TV.
I want Peacock.
Checked. Not
Left.
checked. YouTube Music.
No. Left.
Not checked. YouTube TV.
No. Going down.
Not checked. Discovery Plus.
No. Right.
Not checked. ESPN. Press select to toggle.
Right.
Not checked. Philo.
Okay.
Press select to toggle.
This is enough for now. Just wanted to give you an idea of what this page was like and how to navigate it. So I'm going to go to the right
Learn more at
and then up
g.co.
to the...
Your selected services, apps, your choices will be saved and used.
Keep going up.
Confirm.
Okay, so the
Press select to activate.
confirm button is on near the top right.
Partner hook. End. Got it. Button. Press select to activate.
Got what? Let's see.
You can now use your TV without your remote. Just say something like, "Hey Google, find me
Uh-oh.
action movies," and your Google Assistant will do the rest. When you tap the mic button the first time, you will be asked whether you want to enable hands-free mode.
Let's go down.
Got it. Button.
Say got it.
Press select. Please wait. Control volume and power with on. Streaming device 4K Pros remote. Set up remote. Button. Press select to activate.
Sure.
To set up volume controls. Soundbar. Button. Press TV. Button.
Okay, I'm gonna say
AV receiver. Soundbar.
I'm gonna say
Button.
TV because my TV
Button.
controls my soundbar.
What's the brand of your TV? LG. Button. Rode. Samsung. Button.
Samsung.
You'll hear music next. If you can't hear it, make sure the volume is turned up. Next. Button. Out of grid brands. Press select to
Okay, I'm
activate.
gonna hit next.
Please wait. Point on. Streaming device 4K Pros remote at your TV and toggle the volume up and down. Do the volume.
Okay, it's working.
Yes. Button. Press select to activate.
I think it was about there.
No. Yes. Button.
Yes, I hear it.
Next. You'll set up the power button. Next.
Uh-oh.
Button.
This is scary.
Press select.
No, just kidding.
Please wait. Press the power button once. The TV should turn off. Wait at least 8 seconds. Don't press any buttons. Press the power button again. The TV should turn on.
All right, let's see it. What happens? It's turned off. I'm assuming it's turned off. I'm going to turn it back on.
Yes. Button. Did the power button work? Yes. Button. Press select to activate. On. Streaming device 4K Pros remote is set up. Next. Button.
Next.
Press select.
We gotta be close to
Setting
done.
up your Google TV.
But I haven't had any accessibility issues.
Setup wizard.
So that's
Home.
good.
Home. Main user home screen. Start exploring. Button. Notification center. Notification center. Your Chromecast with Google TV is ready. Preparing your Google TV. During this process, the device might be slower than usual for the next several minutes.
All right.
Notification. Preparing your Google
I
TV.
think.
Your Google TV experience is ready.
Okay, it's just an OK button.
Start exploring. Button.
Or start exploring.
Press select.
I seem to be on the home screen now. Let's see.
Selected. Logged in as John. Click to choose an account button. Feature. Mother's Day weekend
So
Merry.
we've gotten through the setup.
Netflix. Column 1. In row your apps. 1 row.
Okay, so
15 columns.
Here's the apps row.
Prime Video. Column 2. Press select to activate.
So hopefully, I'm pretty sure you can go in and turn off hints and that sort of thing. Okay, this is future John. After I've already set up the device, I'm going to describe a little bit better the buttons now that I've figured it out. Top left is power. Top right is favorites or favorite app, so you can assign it to whatever app you want. Below that and above the D-pad are 3 buttons. From left to right is change user, microphone, so you press and hold that to talk to Google Assistant, and settings. Then there's 3 more buttons below the D-pad from left to right: back, home, and guide. Then, like I said before, volume on the left, mute in the middle, channel on the right. And then the 4 buttons below are actually first row, YouTube on the left, Netflix on the right, second row, Disney Plus on the left, Paramount Plus on the right. And then on the box itself, this the switch on the left side is a mute switch. If it's pushed towards the back of the device, then it's listening and the microphone is on. If it's pulled toward the front of the device, the microphone is not listening and it's on mute. And this button on the front is actually to find your remote. So when you press it, the remote starts going off, and you just press any button on the remote to make it stop ringing. So, cool feature there. So that concludes this setup process. I might do a demonstration of the OS at a later time for the podcast if I end up really liking this device. So stay tuned for the possibility of that. Thank you for listening.
Gotta say, John, I was quite impressed with the setup process for that TV device.
Yeah, I got through it, which is more than can be said for some Android TV boxes.
Have you played with it much since you set it up, or is it still early days?
I did try using it this morning, and I'll be honest, I'm not impressed. I mean, the hardware is impressive, but I just hadn't used Google TV / Android TV in a while, and I forgot how much I don't like it. So my gripes are just with the software. I think, if you like Android TV, you'll probably like this device.
Is it laggy, or is it okay? Is it the functionality you don't like?
It's laggy. I mean, TalkBack is laggy on every Android TV device I've tried. Like if you turn off TalkBack and you just you'll hear the click as it's going from item to item, and you just navigate with it turned off, you can hear it flying through the OS, and you can press and hold. If you're in a list, you can press and hold the down arrow, and it'll scroll through the list really fast. But when TalkBack's enabled, not only is it slow going from item to item, but you can't press and hold. You have to do everything item at a time, and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Android TV, I also have one from Xiaomi, the Mi Buds S, the 4K version, which was released 2 years ago, I guess. It's also super laggy with TalkBack, but I installed CSR on it. It's reasonably faster, but some apps has some issues with CSR, so sometimes I need to go back to TalkBack. So I'm going back and forth between screen readers.
I wonder if it's worth you trying Prudence, because the point of Prudence is speed, isn't it? It doesn't really do anything else.
I didn't try that one, but on CSR, the TV launcher is functioning faster. But some apps, as I told you, it's better with TalkBack.
Yeah, because prudence is just a talkback fork, isn't it? Whereas CSR isn't. So if prudence is speed, then you might want to
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
And-
did you try to enable the talkback spoofer or the helper service?
No, I wasn't using the spoofer. I'm just using the typical.
The reason
CSR.
why CSR doesn't quite work as good as TalkBack is because Google has done something to
Yeah.
make TalkBack work on the TVs. Because, for example, when you're navigating, like CSR will read every place you're navigating to, but the navigation is exactly as a sighted person would use it. So you can highlight any buttons on screen and you can go from item to item. But when TalkBack's enabled, you can leave items and highlight, for example, text. Whereas like a sighted user would have no reason to ever like leave the play button and go up to the text that's showing. So TalkBack knows that there's more navigation than just buttons. And CSR, the downfall for CSR is that
It's it
only reads buttons. Yeah,
optimization thing.
it has to be selectable. Anything.
Yeah.
You have to have everything has to be selectable to be
CSR is
highlighted
not.
in red.
Yeah, CSR is not optimized for Android TV, so I think that's the reason why. I mean, the speed is really, way faster than TalkBack if you turn it on. The CSR is way faster. But speaking of the apps and overall, you need TalkBack still.
I never really stopped to think about this, but that is quite unique to TalkBack and VoiceOver, isn't it? The fact that they will access static text, because none of the Windows screen will just do by default. Okay, if you invoke like a touch cursor in JAWS or something, it will, but like otherwise, you're not going to get that, are you?
Yeah, exactly. And another thing I don't like about TalkBack is although you can highlight text, there's no way of adjusting like granularity and going by words or characters or anything like that. You know, you could do it on Apple TV with VoiceOver. You could do it on Fire TV with Voice View. But
they just try to hook a keyboard on it, so maybe it will work that way.
Maybe, but
yeah. I got a keyboard, but I never tried it because I don't use my Android TV because of the issues. Oh, so
yeah, but I don't know anybody that wants to be using a keyboard.
You know, this is a
watching
very
TV.
interesting take, Sally. I had never tried it with a keyboard to see if I would be able to spell a word or go word by word. But I think you're right. I think one should be able to do that. I'll try that when we're done. See if I actually.
I'm also going to try it tonight because I'm going to watch Eurovision. So let's see.
Yeah. Nice
I'm not
idea.
trying it. I don't watch TV with a keyboard in my lap. I'm sorry, guys. If that's your thing, go right ahead. But I'm good with the remote.
Well,
okay, we'll let you know,
just in
guys.
case you want to find out, what something is spelled, I think it's a good idea. nice thought, Sally. I'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
I don't do that either, to be fair. Well, one of the things that's really weird, I don't know if it's a thing either in the States or anywhere else, is folk here, some of them quite like audio descriptive video, I think you call it. I actually don't like audio description because it's too chatty and they haven't got it right. But what you find here is, depending on what device you have, it varies whether you get the audio description or not. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. So, like, if you're watching a TV that is receiving a traditional TV series signal or cable or satellite, you're probably okay. But on your plug-in devices or apps, it varies across devices and apps. So it's not like it's never on anything that's not a traditional TV. It's, you might get it if you're on Fire OS, you might not on Apple TV. It's that sort of really weird variation. I don't know if anyone else has seen that. Like I say, I don't really turn on descriptive video, but
I've noticed it for sure. I'm the opposite. I like it so much that if a show doesn't have it, I just won't watch the show. Like that's how much I depend on. I think it depends what kind of TV you're watching. Some people just watch TV to like have it in the background type of thing. But when I'm watching TV, like I really want to get into it and I want to know what's going on. And I put up with the annoyances of audio description, like they can be too chatty. Like sometimes they give their opinions on things. It's like, don't give me your opinion. I just want to know what's happening. And sometimes they'll like do the like the thing you're supposed to figure out, they explain it to you. And it's like, I don't need
Yeah.
you to explain it to me. Just tell me what's on screen and I'll
Yeah.
figure it out like everybody else is figuring it out.
That's why I hate it.
And the other thing that annoys me is sometimes it's just so loud. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
why is this person so much louder than the actual show? It's like, I'm not deaf. No, I'm just,
Pardon?
I wish that could be adjustable separately, the volume,
Yeah. No, the things that annoy you about it are the reasons I don't like it. I know what you mean. I do watch it, but I accept that I might take slightly less than I might get if I had AD, but I kind of figure I'll work out what happens. If it's a film like Taxi Driver, I might not, but most films aren't that. But yeah, it's interesting that you have the same thing as well, where descriptive video won't work on certain devices or apps, and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Up next is the App of the Week segment. This is a segment dedicated to app demonstrations. Should you have an app that you would like to demonstrate for our listeners, feel free to send us the recording of such an app demo to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. And now for this week's episode, here's your App of the Week.
Now we move to our App of the Week section, and Warren demonstrates the note-taking app Upnote.
Hi, Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast, and for episode 179 App of the Week, this is demonstrating a note-taking app simply called Upnote, Upnote. I'll be demonstrating Upnote on my Galaxy S23 Plus running One UI 6.1 and TalkBack 14.2. For this demonstration, though, I'm simply going to go through the creation of folders and basic general navigation of the app, as well as showing you areas that are not accessible and things like that. I am already on my home screen where the icon is located, and I'll now move on to the icon for Upnote.
Upnote.
Here's Upnote, and tapping here.
Welcome to Upnote, out of pager.
The first thing we heard was welcome to Upnote. And if you put your finger in the middle of the phone and going down, you'll find these following items.
Welcome to Upnote.
Move down or swipe right.
Stay focused and productive with a clean note space.
Keep moving down.
Sign in button.
There's a sign in.
Create account button.
Create an account.
Continue without an account.
Or you could continue without an account. At the bottom right, though, there's a language selector.
Language.
And that's the last item. I do have an account, and I will tap on Sign In.
Sign in button.
I am now on the page for signing in, and it gives you different options of signing in. We've got
Sign in with Google.
Sign in with Google.
Sign in with Apple. Email. Edit box.
Or you could sign in with an email if you've created one. Or
Don't have an account.
I will tap on Sign in with Google.
Sign in with Google.
Here we go.
Google Play Services. Choose an account.
We are told to choose the Google account that we would like to use in signing in. At this point, though, I'm going to tap on the account that I would like to sign in with.
Warren Carr. Warcare. Google Play Services. Up. Detected. Icon. Menu. Button. Out of list.
There we go. And the first thing that is highlighted upon me signing in is the menu on the top left corner. Moving to the right,
All notes.
we heard all notes. In other words, it's displaying by default whatever notes or folders that we have. And moving on to the right,
Detected. Icon. Search. Button.
we have the search button. And below that, Across the screen we have
Upgrade to premium. Write unlimited notes and unlock premium features in list.
the upgrade to premium. I do want to mention here that one of the perks that I like about this particular note-taking app is that it synchronizes across your devices, so it doesn't matter what device it is that you're using, including your desktop computers and the like. Your notes are synced across the devices. And then to the right of that,
Detected. Icon. Close.
you
Button.
have the close, and
Detected.
below that,
View premium.
view premium. Here's what I'm talking about.
Upnote.
We are now on the premium page, and here's what it says.
Write unlimited notes on all devices.
Okay,
Add attachments, tables, codes, and more to your notes.
moving down,
Protect your notes and notebooks with lock.
keep going,
Elegant themes and notebook covers.
keep going,
Export to text, PDF, HTML, and Markdown.
and more. Now, here are the plans we got.
Monthly, 99 cents. Cancel anytime.
And to the right of that,
Lifetime, $28.99. Limited offer.
and now if I scroll down, it does say at the bottom,
Your Google Play account will be charged at confirmation of purchase. When you purchase Lifetime Upgrade, you'll keep premium membership forever. When you purchase subscription automatically renews unless auto-renew is turned off at least 24 hours before the end of the current period. Your account will be charged for renewal within 24 hours before current period ends. Go to account settings to manage subscription and turn off auto-renewal. Read our terms and privacy policy.
and that's the information about subscription and how you can go about canceling should you want to cancel. Now let's go back.
View premium in list.
Now, moving down below that, we have the note that comes from the app.
Welcome to Upnote. Thank you for using Upnote and we hope you will enjoy it. April 19th, 3:09 p.m.
And below that,
Hello. So I am doing a voice dictation for the Upnote.
that was a little dictation I did earlier on, and that's part of one of the things that I've created. Now, toward the bottom of the phone, though, we have some buttons, and starting from the bottom left, we've got,
Notebooks image view button out of list.
we have an item that says Notebooks Image. Now, basically what this does is that when you tap here, it will show you the number of notebooks you have or folders that you have or have created. And also, you would be able to add a new one in there should you want to do so. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Image view button.
I am now in the list of notebooks or folders, and I have created one besides the one that comes on by default. Here's the one I created.
Big Boys 1 in list.
I called it Big Boys, and to the right of it,
Get started 2.
the Get Started folder. Now, should you want to create another one, though, near the top right corner will be the Add. Here's what I'm talking about.
Detected. Icon add. Text plus button out of
There
list.
we go. So if you tap, upon tapping on the Add, we are now on a page where we could type in the name of the notebook we want, and we've got,
Enter notebook name. Edit box.
so for example, if I want to say blind Android users,
Enter notebook name. Showing English US QWERTY.
I apologize, my connection is stuttering,
Use voice typing.
blind Android users. I have typed in blind Android users. Now, putting my finger down,
Editing. Blind Android users. Edit box. Enter notebook name.
and now below that we have,
Notebooks.
and to the right of it,
Off. Switch.
we have a switch that says off. And what this means is if you tab here, you will be choosing a cover for your notebook. In other words, if you have a picture you want it to represent this particular notebook, then you tap here to go choose an item, say a picture that you would like to assign to it. Or by default, you have different shapes and colors that are below here, which when you touch will simply say unlabeled.
Unlabeled. In list.
Now there are lots of them as you scroll down, and if you want to assign any of those, you just tap on that, and once you're done, you just tap on the Done button near the top right corner. I'll select the second item, but if you want, you can scroll down and there will be more items to choose from, different colors. I'm selecting the one that looks like aqua.
Detected. Icon. Check.
And now
Detected.
at the top right
Icon.
corner
Check.
is a Done button.
Done. Keyboard hidden. Upnote. Notebooks image view. Button.
So I am done now, and I am now in the list view of blind Android users.
List.
And in there's nothing. It simply says list. Now at the bottom of that,
List. Detected. Icon. Edit. Button.
there's an edit, which when tapped on, will bring up the keyboard, so I will type. Now, we still have those buttons at the bottom of the phone. In other words, we still have the
Notebooks image view. Button.
notebook image view. So if I tap on this,
Upnote. View. Button.
it will now show me the different notebooks I have. I got
Big boys. 1. In list.
Big Boys,
Blind Android users 2.
and then,
Get started. 2.
and now I'll go back.
Notebooks image view. Button. Out of list.
Now at the bottom right, we have one more button,
Detected. Icon. More. Button.
more options, and we tap.
Pop-up window. Edit notebook. In list.
We have Edit Notebook,
New notebook. Copy link. Delete notebook. Sort notes. Settings.
Settings, and that's the last item. Let's go ahead and tap on Settings.
Up. Settings. Out of list.
I am in Settings, and here's what we got.
Upgrade to premium. In list.
We have that upgrade to premium again,
My account.
my account,
Passcode lock. Themes. Spaces. General. Editor. Feedback. Rate on Play Store.
and that's the last item. Let's go back.
Detected. Icon. More. Button.
I am back in the menu UI, and of course the one I'm sitting at by default is the one for blind Android users. So if I tap,
Detected. Icon. Edit. Button.
that's the Edit button,
New line. Showing English US QWERTY.
and it says New Line. Now I'm going to dictate text.
Use voice typing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast, period. New paragraph. We're delighted you've joined us today, and we're looking forward to talking with you, period. New paragraph. And with this, we come to the end of this voice dictation. Now, I'll put my finger down to see what I dictated.
Editing. Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. We're delighted you've joined us today and we're looking forward to talking with you. And with this we come to the end of this voice dictation. Edit box.
That's it. And now that we have typed something, we've got some new buttons found near the top right corner. From the very right top, we got
Detected. Icon. More. Button.
there's a more, and to the left of it,
Detected. Icon. Info. Button.
and to the left,
Detected. Icon. Share.
we
Button.
have the share button. Let's look at the more options.
Detected. Icon. More. Button. Keyboard hidden. Pop-up window. Pin to top. In list.
And the items appearing in the more options. The first one is pinned to top.
Quick access. Search this note. Copy link to note. Version history. Export. Typography. Settings. Duplicate. Copy to templates. Move to other space. Move to trash.
And that's the last item. Now, keep in mind that if you tap on the settings, it will take you to the settings of the app. I'll go back.
Detected. Icon, menu, button.
And now, before I bring this to a close, let's take a look at the button at the top left, and that will be the menu or the navigational drawer.
Detected. Icon, menu, button.
We tap. Tapping on that, we've got
Unsynced. Enlist.
unsync.
Toto.
That's a to-do.
Uncategorized. Quick access. Arrow image view, button. Welcome to Upnote. Notebooks. Detected. Icon, add, button. Detected. Icon, down, button. Selected. Blind Android users 2, 1. Big boys, 1. Get started, 2. Tags.
And we come across tags.
Detected. Icon, down, button. Templates, enlist. Trash.
And that's the last item in the menu. And that brings us to the close of this tour. And as I indicated earlier, a lot of the heavy lifting is being done by TalkBack, as some of the buttons are not properly labeled. I hope you find Upnote something worthwhile for your time and that you would give it a try. Thanks for listening.
That's a great app, but I've got a question for Warren. So, we both tried several note-taking app. I demoed Note to Self, and you did try a lot of note-taking app. What is your favorite after it all?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because I used to be, I mean, a Keep
Well,
believer
okay.
and things like that.
Speaking of myself, I love taking notes, and I need my note-taking app to be fast and plain, as simple as it can be. So,
I hear
yeah.
that. I hear that. Now, I actually like, the only thing I don't like about Upnote has to do with the fact that I haven't figured out how to give it a title.
Yeah.
I'm still playing with it, but what I like about it is that it's instantaneous. In other words, if I have it on my other device and what I've done on the other device, it shows up on the other device just like Upnote does. And I think that's the big part for me using that Upnote, because that's the one reason that I've never been able to leave Keep Notes, because Google Keep, because of that synchronization. I don't want to say I want to upload it to Dropbox or some other cloud service and then be able to get it from there. But I like the fact that it's just instantaneous there, and so that's why I like Upnote. And I'm contacting the guy to make the unlabeled buttons get labeled so that we'll have a good, better experience. And I didn't show a lot of the things in there. You can embed a lot of things, whether embed tables, you could embed videos, you can embed just about everything, or even Markdown. And so it's a good app, and I'm looking forward to it getting more accessible than what it currently is.
And Keep Notes still doesn't report what you're deleting, does it?
It still does not, and I don't know why the problem is. It's like since last summer, something happened to Keep Notes, and it has never been the same. And we've cried and cried about it, and nothing has changed. I don't know about you guys, but it's so annoying. Oh my gosh, Keep Notes, it's just bad.
And speaking of Keep, on the browser, I was using Chrome on my laptop, and I wasn't able to enter the editing mode of the note until I used the left click. I mean, the left click simulation. So is it happening with you as well?
No, what browser are you using? I've never seen that. For me, though, I don't have a problem with it on the browser. It works just fine. It's just
I mean,
on the mobile.
if you want to open a note to do edits. Can you do it?
Yeah. All I do is just find the note, hit the space bar on it, and it opens
Yeah,
it.
it works that way. It's a little tricky at the first, but then you'll get to familiarize yourself with it.
But I tried to use the space bar, the enter, and nothing works.
It actually works. I'm using NVDA and it works for me.
Well, are you using maybe Microsoft Edge or was it Firefox? Which
I'm
one were
using
you
Edge.
using?
Yeah.
No, I mean Karen.
Yeah.
No, I was trying it with Chrome.
Oh, I've never seen that happening.
That was so recently. Are you using it like currently?
Well, sometimes Google Chrome behaves funny at times, and then some days, it's back to itself, and so it may be just a little fluke.
Yeah,
You should try
it's
it again
possible.
and see what happens. Yeah. Up next is the tip of the week. This is when we show you a trick or two on how to use a certain feature on your phone or within a given app. And now for this week's episode, here's your tip of the week.
And now we move on to the tip of the week section. And Karine shows us how to re-enable notification categories in Samsung UI 6.1.
Hi, notification channels or categories is a feature added in Android 8.0 Oreo. The idea is to give users more control over the notifications that they receive. Each app should organize notifications in categories or channels. So for example, if we are talking about a chat app, the app could create a channel for private chats, another for groups, another for other updates, and like that. Users have the ability to customize the aspects of the notification channels. So for example, they can turn off a certain channel, change the sound of another one, toggle vibration, or have the notifications of a certain channel as silent. It took some time for the feature to be adopted by apps, and until now there are apps that still abuse the feature. For example, they include all the notifications in one channel. However, this method of organization is effectively included in many apps, including mainstream ones like Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp, and others. For an unknown reason, Samsung decided with One UI 6.1 that notification categories are not useful. So they are not only off by default on devices coming with One UI 6.1, they are also disabled when you update to One UI 6.1. Even if you did modifications before updating, you will find yourself with notification categories disabled after doing the update. However, it's easy to re-enable notification categories, and all the modifications, the previous modifications, will return back immediately after re-enabling the feature. Let's see how to enable notification categories on One UI 6.1. I'll open settings. You can open settings using the assistant from apps list, from the notification shade.
F03 set airplane settings button. Set application icon.
Then we go to notifications.
Connection connected device mode sounds and notification status bar notifications.
Then advanced settings.
Do not notification do lock advanced settings. Advanced settings.
Here we should enable this option.
Manage notification categories for each app. On notification categories menu will appear on the notification settings screen for each app.
Manage notification categories for each app. Now it is on because I already enabled it, but by default it should be off. So you should toggle it to on to be able to see the settings related to notification channels. Let's see an example about notification channels. Notification channels can be managed after you open the app info, then notifications. You can reach app info by double tapping and holding the app on your home screen or in the app drawer. Also by going to settings, then apps, then selecting the app that you want. Also, when you receive a notification from a certain app, you can just long press the notification and tap on settings.
YouTube. App info button.
I long pressed YouTube on my home screen. I'll select app info.
Customize button. App info button. App info.
Then
Screen time. Permissions notifications allowed.
notifications.
App notifications. App YouTube. Allow notifications switch on.
This toggle controls notifications as a whole. So if we disable this, all the notifications from YouTube will be blocked.
Notification categories.
This is the notification categories that will not be present if manage notification categories is set to off. I'll double tap
Notification categories.
and I'll see what I have here.
Navigate up. Notification categories. YouTube. Other. Subscriptions. Subscriptions on Switch. Mobile search for TV. Mobile search for TV on Switch. Live streams. Live streams on Switch. Comments and replies. Comments and replies on Switch.
So I have the name of the channel, then the toggle. So I can set it to on or off. Let's see, for example,
Comments and replies.
comments and replies. I'll double tap.
Comments and replies. Comments and replies YouTube. Allow notifications switch on. Checked alert. Unchecked silent.
If it's alert or silent,
Show as pop-up off.
pop-up.
Sound silent.
I can change the notification tone of this specific category from here.
Vibrate off.
If I want it to have vibration or not.
App icon badges on.
Thank you for listening.
So was it 6.0 where the functionality changed?
It's in 6.1.
But what I mean is, like, the functionality went away, didn't it, and then came back? Or
No, it went away in 6.1.
okay,
This was very rude of Samsung. I just have to say that. I appreciate them disabling something like that. I mean, I'm glad you can go turn it back on, but like, why turn it off?
Yeah, but being fair, I was reading about this on Android Authority, and I saw the poll that they created. I mean, many people, the percentage was really high. People were not they didn't know what is notification categories. So Samsung built on the fact that many people don't even use this. But however, this doesn't mean that this is a good decision, and they should at least disable it on phones that are coming with One UI 6.1, and keep it on phones that are not. Like the phones that are already updated, keep it.
at least as John says and you say, there is a way to turn it back on.
Yeah, and all the configurations will return back, so nothing will be lost.
Do you know, Karine? I'm just curious because I'm not sure really if it behaves this way or not. But so they turn it off for you. But does that mean it no longer respects the settings that you had set, or does it just mean you can't get to the settings? Like, say I had blocked certain notification channels, would they still be blocked even though I couldn't get to the notification channel settings, or would it just allow everything to come through?
To be honest, I didn't try it because my phone already came with 6.1. So I didn't do any testing, but I could turn it off and try and then report back.
Yeah, because if it wouldn't be so bad if it still respected all of your settings and just hid the notifications from you. I think that's how it should be. I hope that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think that some apps already have their settings. So, like with WhatsApp and the apps that allow you to customize stuff from the app itself, this I think should work without issues. And also it will be respected. So, but the problem is that instead of having one place to go to change this stuff, you have to go to each app, and many apps don't give you the ability to change from the app itself.
All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. Austin, how do people get in touch with us?
To contact us, you can send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. You can join our mailing list by sending an email to Blind Android Users plus subscribe at groups.io. You can join our Telegram, Facebook, Discord, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The links for everything will be at the bottom of the show notes and also in the video description of the YouTube channel. And also the links are in the websites panel of the YouTube channels.
Well, we'll see you next week, everyone. Say bye-bye to the nice people.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.